Okay. It's been... How long has it been? About a week and a half? 2 weeks since I've done a live stream? I think I'm live. I better double check. Oh, it says I'm live. So... Yeah, I'm live. Okay. So yeah, it's been yeah, probably about 2 weeks since I've done a live chat. What is new with me? Let's see. I think I'm pretty much decided I'm not going to be malicious. Well, not malicious. The fellow parents. What was the other one? Or choosing beggars, because a lot of people have said that, you know, there's an oversaturation of that on YouTube with so many people making videos on those, and also there's a lot of just fake ones. So I've decided that I'm just gonna stop doing those, unless of course something happens in the news, like an actual credible source that has a story that I want to do. I'm not going to be just doing any more entitled parents or choosing beggars, just because it just seems easy to do that. And also, well, honestly, I get a lot more views on those videos than I do on typically on the other videos I have, but it's more of a quality than quantity thing. The more I do my videos, the more people I will get. So I'm not worried necessarily about getting people. The speed I get people, maybe. But I think it's just low-hanging fruit if you just do videos on those, especially where people are kind of sick of them as it is. So I've decided I want to try to branch out a little bit more on Reddit as far as what kind of stories I do. I don't want to, like, I don't want to spread it out too thin, but I want to have a good, like, 10 different topics. Probably 7 to 10 different topics I do on a regular basis that I rotate through. That way I have more consistency, but then it's varied enough where it keeps it fresh. Because from what I've, at least in the comments on the different videos, it seems like people appreciate the niche topics like Tales from the Pharmacy, or Tales from the Customer, the Idiots in Cars, Malicious Compliance. So I'm gonna keep doing those, but try to branch off into some other ones. The last video I just posted, I mentioned instant karma, and I've had a couple people suggest that, and I'm going to do instant karma ones. I think Angel said that he wanted to see that. So, and those are easy because it's hard to fake. I mean, you can fake a video, but if something's on video, it's not like someone's making up a story. It actually happened. But in the Idiots in Cars video that I just posted 2 days ago, there was a video where a car is filming a train coming up to a train track, and a car almost gets hit by a train. Now that looked staged. It looked like that. If you haven't seen the video, what the video is there's just a woman standing 30 feet from a railroad crossing, and a freight engine's coming through it. It's not going that fast. It's going maybe 5 miles an hour or something. And here comes this car the opposite direction coming through, and narrowly misses getting hit by a train. My thing is like, why is that woman like filming? Like, why is that woman filming a train just crossing unless she knew something was going to happen? But what they didn't expect is that the car hit a big puddle that slowed down the car. And so I think that they had an oh crap moment, realizing that their stunt that they were trying to perform almost got someone killed. So, yeah, I'm still going to be doing... If I do the instant karma stuff, I'm still going to kind of critique videos and be like, that seems kind of suspicious. But it just seems like that's another topic that a lot of people seemed interested in. Because there was another video in that Idiots with Cars, within that video I uploaded, where the guy cuts across like 4 lanes of traffic and almost gets hit, or almost well, it doesn't really sideswipe the car, but there was a cop that immediately like pulled the guy over that saw the whole thing. And I kind of like instant karma stuff too, like bullies picking on some other kids and then this other kid coming out and just like laying the guys out. That I don't mind, but YouTube doesn't like those like violent clips. And quite honestly, I have to be careful when I post like the idiots in cars to make sure that, like, I have to have a disclaimer saying that no one was harmed in making of this video, that kind of stuff. Otherwise, YouTube, I mean, there's a potential of YouTube, like, giving me a strike saying that I'm posting stuff without any sort of disclaimer. Anyway, and I also mentioned... excuse me. I also mentioned another topic I want to do is r/space. Because I'm kind of a space geek. Oh, hey, Angel. Welcome to the stream. I mentioned this before, I think in my first Fireside Chat I had. About a year or so ago, 2 years ago, I wanted to make this into a science channel, and I got like 3 videos into it and then I stopped. Because I really, like, outer space just fascinates me. About, basically, that you see all these, like, videos, TV shows like, Cosmos or whatever, and they show all these CG animated, planets, stars, black holes, whatever. The thing that fascinates me is that that stuff is real. It's not like science fiction. Like, you could, I mean, we can't, because we don't have the technology, obviously, but I mean, it's a place that you could physically go to and see. And it's, I think that stuff is just fascinating. So I want to have that as one of my videos that I make, a r/space, just for my own personal, interest. It's, I know a lot of people are probably not going to watch it as much as like anti-vax or anti-MLM or whatever, but it's something I like to do and something I want to do. So those videos are for me. And if you guys want to watch them, that would be awesome. But yeah, like I said, I just want to kind of venture away from the not malicious complaints. Why do I keep on saying malicious complaints? I want to try to venture away from entitled parents or entitled people and choosing beggars, because that's, honestly, I'm sick of those topics too. So, Angel said, science is awesome, hence why I went into it. And I would have gone into probably pharmacy, like to be a pharmacist, if it wasn't for biology. Like, I like science too, but where I have to study things that are intangible, like microscopic things that I can't hold or anything like that, my mind just turns into jelly. I'm like, I don't get it. And Angel said, and murder is fascinating, so I decided to mix the two. Oh, okay. Well, you're now officially on a FBI watch list. I know you're from UK, but what's the UK equivalent? The oh, it's not Scotland Yard. What do you call it? Like the CIA equivalent in the UK. Not C9 or something. It's like one of those. It's like a letter and a number or something. M4 is the expressway, so it's not that. Oh well, whatever. So, something that I saw earlier this week. Oh, M15 or MI5. Yeah, I knew it was like a couple letters and a number or something like that. Anyway, something I saw earlier this week. Here in my hometown, we have what's called Art City Days. Because the city I live in is known for having a art museum here. It's kind of unusual to have an art museum where I live at, but it's a pretty, I wouldn't say famous art museum, but it's an old art museum. It was built in the early 1900s, and you know, you've got some really nice artwork in there. Whatever. I'm rambling now. So is Art City Days, and so what they do for Art City Days is they have different events going on. Like they'll have like hot air balloons that on one day that launch one day. They have a carnival in town, a parade, fireworks show, that kind of thing. And usually, I think it lasts from like Wednesday or Tuesday to Saturday. But anyway, every year, Art City Days comes along, and it's basically the same stuff. The only things that really change with Art City Days are during the carnival, they have vendors and vendor booths that pop up. So you get to see a lot of people that have their like Etsy stuff, you know, just their homemade stuff. It's kind of cool to see what people bring. And also the food trucks. Like here in America, I don't know if they have them where you're at, but it's literally a truck where they dispense food out of it. Like I'm sure you have something similar to that in the UK. But anyway, food truck. So you get to see different fancy stuff that come through. But it's basically the same thing other than that. But I kind of make it a tradition of going every year because it's like only happens once a year, and it's like an hour out of my time, so I go there and visit. So I go, and it's a mess there. There's so many people. In just one square block, city block, there had to been over 1,000 people there, but they have different walkways, so it seems like there are more people. But anyway, I digress. So I'm walking through, and I find this booth, and I posted a picture of it on Twitter. No, I gotta pull it up. Hang on, I might. Let me see if I could bring it up on the channel. Give me a second. Let me see. Here I am being unprepared. Gotta make sure I don't have anything incriminating on my screen. Let's see. Chrome. There we go. Let's see. I posted a photo. Here it is. I was walking through this pathway here, and they're selling magnetic hematite bracelets, necklaces, and anklets. Therapeutic for pain relief, balance, headaches, diabetes, joint pain, high blood pressure, arthritis, and much more. So they're selling all these they're basically bracelets and necklaces and anklets to try to help you with blood pressure, diabetes. Yeah, because taking your medicine's not going to help, right? Oh, sorry. So yeah, they're... Oh, wait, did I not... Why have that not posted? Oh, I'm on the wrong window. That's right. It's showing you what I'm seeing. You get total professionalism here. I didn't check to see how much they were, but like, there's no way that putting magnets on you are going to help you with balance. It's like, I remember, gosh, it's probably been about 10 years ago, where they came out. There's a company that came out with these rubber anklets or rubber bracelets that had holograms on them that were supposed to deal the same thing, like help you with the same things, like pain relief, balance, headaches, whatever. But it's supposed to be using hologram technology to help you with all this stuff. I don't understand how people can get away with... Because, I mean, what was surprising is, like, this lady was here just chatting with the guy. It may have been a husband, wife, I don't know. But there were people all along this booth. They had like 4 or 5 people. I couldn't get close. This is the only shot I could take because there were people, like, buying into this crap. Anyway, sorry, let me get back to... But it just surprised me. Not necessarily that people are selling stuff like that, because, I mean, they're snake oil salesmen that have been around forever. But it's just that people were buying into it. Like, how are magnets supposed to help you? I understand that you have, like, iron in your blood, but how is that going to help you with diabetes? Ahmed came in here just saying he wanted to say his L dot on a different account. Welcome. Never to leave magnetic bracelets. I know, right? But people were buying them. I wanted to say something. I was with my girlfriend, and I didn't want to turn into an angry guy in public, I guess. Because, whatever. If people want to waste their money, they can do that. I'm not going to help them. I'm not going to stop them from throwing their money away. Angel, a couple of years ago, there were some athletes that are promoting those sort of magnetic bracelet things. Yes. That's how I came across them. Here in Utah, there's, you know, a national basketball team, the Utah Jazz. Back about... Probably been about 12 years ago now. There were some players on the team that were wearing those bands. One even sponsored him. Darren Williams. He was a point guard that played for the Jazz. He was on, like, promotional posters for these not magnetic, but they were these hologram wrist bracelets to help you with balance. Like, a sucker's born every minute. That's P.T. Barnum said that. Sucker's born every minute. Never to Leave says, I think my stepdad had some. Well, you're not going to see any of that money. Angel says, people always buy a shortcut. It's true. It's kind of like along the same lines of, like, those anti-MLM stuff. I know I mentioned it before in another video that there was I think they're still around, an MLM here in Utah called Tahitian Noni. And what it is it's this drink made from the noni fruit, which is a South Pacific fruit. I think it's somewhere around like Tonga, Samoa, somewhere around those areas, where they claimed that the fruits were to give you these long, healthy, like health longevity and stuff like that. And my mom bought into it because my grandma was ailing. It's these people, you know, will turn to anything to try to help them out, even if it sounds far-fetched. And my mom's a smart person, but she had my grandma she bought into it for my grandma because, you know, she wanted to do whatever she could to help, even if it was maybe even a placebo effect, you know. But magnetic bands, because I don't know the science behind it all, but what scares me about all sorts of stuff like that, well, I don't know about scares, but what concerns me is that people are going to be like, well, my diabetes is under control. because I'm wearing this magnetic bracelet. So I don't have to be careful with what medicine I'm taking or anything like that, because I've got the magnetic bracelet. Oh well, I don't think that many people are going to do that, but even if there's one person that does that, that's... I mean, it's causing more harm than good. Anyway, so that was at the carnival this week. Setting up shop to sell magnetic bracelets. They also had a... Oh man, I something that I haven't told you guys, but I absolutely love Legos. Because I'm an adult. For a time there, I wanted to just live stream me building Legos. But I will never do that on this channel. If I do that, I'll do that on a separate channel. But that'll be way down the line. Because, I don't know, I like making models and stuff like that. They had another booth there that was a guy just selling all these Lego figures for like $5 a piece, or $5 for $20. And they were there last year too, but they had all these like Lego figurines of like Darth Vader, like Iron Man, you know, just... But they weren't legit. They were all counterfeit. Because he had some... They were like a Freddy Krueger Lego figure, and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. But he had one there that I don't have the money to do that right now, because I'm switching jobs. I start that new job tomorrow. But he had one of a 80s cartoon that I used to love back in the day called Voltron. He had a Voltron Lego action figure, and I was like, oh man. Oh well. That's kind of shows you how much of a nerd I am. What else? Later on the next day, they had fireworks, which was really nice. But they have it at the local high school. And the parking lot is always a mess when you try to leave. Oh, never mind. You don't need to hear anything about this. Oh, hey, Bridget. So, anyone have any questions, comments, or anything? Any topics that you want to see me do videos on? Other than, I know, Angel, you mentioned the what do you call it? The instant karma. Yeah, I'll probably be doing that. Oh yeah, thanks for yeah, the whole new job thing. My brother, he's an electrician at the place that it's at. It's a box factory. Literally, they take paper and convert it into cardboard. He's an electrician there. He works on the machine, and it's an entry-level position. What I'd be doing, I'd be just basically running a forklift all day, which it's something. It's not. I can't retire out of doing something like that, but I can at least make some good money so I can kind of get my life back in order. But yeah, he works at the box factory, but he tells people he makes houses for the homeless, which is like when it's like when he says that, it's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. What do you do? It's like, I make boxes. Like, oh, that's pretty bad. That's a bad joke. Oh, the car video I do, the idiots in cars or whatever it is. Yeah, I like that one too. I'm surprised that subreddit is updated as much as it is. Like, all those videos that I had in that, all those clips that I had in that video I made a couple of days ago were only posted like a day or two ago. Well, not posted, but they happened a day or two ago. Like, they went directly from a camera onto Reddit. So I was surprised that it's updated as much as it is, because I don't think they have that many subscribers compared to like malicious compliance or whatever. It kind of makes me want to get a dash cam for my car though, because I know I mean, we've all seen idiots driving and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think, I know in Eastern Europe they have dash cams and stuff like that because there's so many terrible drivers and people that commit insurance fraud and stuff. You just need to have something like that in order to protect yourself. I think I might get a dash cam just so I could, you know, record people like pulling out in front of me and stuff. Angel said, I really enjoy Fat Logic. It's super motivational when I'm at the gym or putting off cooking dinner. I've seen Fat Logic videos. I like that one too. That's a good suggestion. It reminds me of in one of the anti-MLM videos. I think it might have been like my second video that I made. Anyway, that there was a post where there's a my chocobo went off, my phone alert. There was a post where a lady was eating all this like really healthy pasta, but you looked at her plate and it looked like that she took a mixing bowl and like dumped it into her plate and was like, I'm eating healthy, nom 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 nom. So yeah, Fat Logic, that's a good one. I also had someone suggest like White Knights or things the nice guys say, or nice guy problems, or something like that. That's a good one too. Because I think I'd be... Because I think I have a voice for the White Knight guys. You know, White Knights are guys that stand up for women when they don't really need to be stand up. Like, they stand up and say, how dare you, you know, to like, how dare you say that this woman cannot do what a man can do. You know, standing up for women when they don't need someone to stand up for them. Never Leave said, how did the HR thing go? I haven't talked to him yet. In short. I put out that video last week. And it took a couple of days for me to simmer down a little bit. But then I got lazy. The plan is to go in tomorrow. Because there wasn't really anything... anything that they could really do. I'm not trying to get my job back or have them schedule me more hours or whatever. So I thought, you know, the more time I take to actually go back and tell them about it might be the best. But the plan is tomorrow, I go in the morning, do my new job for orientation. After that, I'm going to go to the grocery store and just say, I don't think I'm going to get into... too in depth with them. I think they actually shorted me some hours on my paycheck, so that's another thing. I gotta go and double check my my pay stub because it's all direct deposit. I don't actually see how many hours that I was paid for until I go in and just double check with them. But I think what I'm just going to do is just say, hey, you know, I didn't, because I believe what she was going to be telling them is that I quit, which wasn't the case. And I'm just going to go in and just say, hey, this is what had happened. I told them, hey, you may not want to train me because, like, I'm probably going to be leaving here shortly. And then when I went and asked for my next schedule, she told me I wasn't on the schedule, which was a surprise for me because I never told her I was going to be leaving. So she essentially fired me. And just let them know that she fired me without letting me know. And that's not... that wasn't really her call to do. And let them know that I tried to give them notice and I tried to leave on good terms. But the way she did it was like that I quit on them. Or, well, but to me, it's like she fired me because I thought I was going to be at least working another week, but that's not the case. So there's nothing that they can really do about it now as far as like compensating me, and that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just kind of letting them know about, hey, I tried to leave on good terms. I tried to do the right thing, but you kind of, what's a nice way of saying it? You kind of left me in a bad position where I... Oh, how am I gonna... Basically fired me without letting me know. And I didn't think that was right. So, even if I go in and try to explain my side of what happened, there's no way that I would be hired back, which kind of sucks because I'm still a licensed pharmacy tech, and they pay pretty well for pharmacy stuff. If I ever decided I wanted to do that again, I just don't like the idea of having doors closed on me where if I choose to apply, then this is going to kind of like backfire at me. That's the only downside. It's whatever. The company was fine. It's just the only thing that sucked was the management that was there. So I'm going to go and talk to him about it tomorrow. And if anything happens, I'll mention it as an update in a Tales from Retail video or in the next live stream, but I don't really expect anything to happen other than them say, well, this is what she said, this is what you said. I can bring up the text messages, but again, it's probably just going to cause a lot more drama than what it's worth. I will mention it to him though. I just don't expect there to be any like positive results from it. Angel said, incel tears. Oh, incel. Okay, I read it as interstellar because space nerd. Incel tears is another one. I hope, but only with channels that add commentary. Otherwise, it's just sad. When I first started making videos, I didn't know what I wanted to do because I have obviously never made videos like this before, and I've seen oh, Bridget says, let's not meet. I always enjoy. I don't know what that one is. Let's not meet. Is that like people on like Tinder or something like that, where they're like, yeah, let's not get together because you're creeping me out? Is that what that's all about? I could be totally off base, and now you guys are thinking that I'm some sort of creep. Like, no, it's about something else. What are you talking about? Excuse me. But sorry, I lost my train of thought. What I was saying is, when I first started making these videos, I didn't know how I wanted to do these videos. I got inspiration from, honestly, making these kind of videos from Fresh. I used to be a subscriber to his channel, but then he made some comments that I thought were not really, I don't know, politically correct, so I stopped watching him. But, oh, stalkers and creepers. I get it. Anyway, so I got that kind of inspiration from him. That's why you see, like, on his videos, he has, like, a, like, nighttime scene and, like, some low tempo beats music. And that's kind of how I got mine. I basically copied what he was doing. Which, everyone copies everyone else, so I did my own thing. I put my own music and put my own background, but I wanted to have that kind of a mellow... Excuse me. Oh man, I gotta drink. I wanted to have that kind of a mellow feel to my videos because I know my voice is deep, and so me being upbeat, I'm like, hey, I'm in your face, I'm gonna be doing upbeat stuff, hey. No, I can't do that. So slow and mellow. That's kind of where I wanted to base my videos off of. But my first couple of videos I made, I was so worried about the comments. I had people comment in a couple of my videos saying, hey, no one wants to hear your comments, just read the stories. And so for a couple of videos, that's all I did. I may go like one or two stories without saying any comments, just because I was so worried about what other people wanted me to do. I didn't think about what I wanted to do. Eventually I had a lot of you guys comment saying that you did like the commentary, which was nice for me because the way I look at it is that Reddit, on all these threads they get these stories from, people comment on the stories. I'm also a Redditor, not that big of a Redditor, but I'm also a Redditor. I may have some comments I want to say too. So, just reading the stories, it doesn't separate you from those like text to voice channels, you know? Like, there's no personality in those channels. You don't know even if the person that owns the channel is a male or female. You have no idea about who's running that channel, so there's no reason to go to that channel as opposed to just going to Reddit and reading it yourself. At least this way, when I give my comments or commentary, you can kind of interact with me. I'm a personality, you know? And it gives people a reason to come to my channel, because I could copy and paste and do that text to voice stuff, but that doesn't separate me from any other channel. At least when you come to my videos, you know that you're gonna hear from me. So that's a unique thing that I decided I'm gonna keep that around. I'm gonna keep the commentary around. So yeah, Bridget said that the Let's Not Meet is Stalkers and Creepers. Angel said it's basically creeper encounters where at the end of it you hope to never meet that person again. Oh man, I got a creeper story for you. Oh well, let me finish this. Never to Leave said commenting is way better. I totally agree. Angel said commentary is always better. If you don't want a commentary, you can just go to the sub or Reddit and watch the robot voice ones. True. I mean, it's exactly what you said. There's no separation from just going to any other channel and watching or hearing the other story. At least, let's just say if you hear a similar story that's on another channel, you at least know that I'm going to give my commentary on it, which the other channel didn't have. So, but my creeper, that's not really a stalker story, but there was a date I had once. I met her online, and I took her out to dinner. Like every one of my dates, you know, I'm always the guy that pays because I think that that's what the guy should do, but whatever. So I asked her where she wants to go to eat, and she says the Spaghetti Factory, which is just a terrible place to go. I don't know if it's a local place or if it's a national place, but it's basically like pasta and sauce, which that's what spaghetti is, but you pay like $15 for pasta and sauce, and I'm like, I could have just cooked some ragu at home, you know? There's like no difference. I take her out. We go to the Spaghetti Factory because that's where she wants to go. So I take there, and we're sitting there talking, and I let her know that, you know, hey, I'm an open and honest person. I'm pretty much up for anything. I always open for new experiences, new ideas, different things, because that is me. I will try anything once. Except for probably skydiving. I will try a lot of things at least once. And so she calls my bluff, and she says, well, can I put my finger up your nose? Like, what? Let me put my finger up your nose. Like, well, what if you find something? She says, well, sometimes I do. Implying that I'm not the first person that she's wanted to put her finger up their nose. Like, I just tell her, no, you can't put your finger up my nose. And after dinner, I take her back home, and that was it. Never spoke to her again. But yeah, I wanted to put her finger up my nose. After that, I was like, no, we don't need to see each other again. That's kind of weird. Although she did call my bluff about being open to a lot of things. But no, you can't pick my nose. Never to Leave says, it's in Canada, so international, I guess? Oh, the Spaghetti Factory? Yeah. I will never go to another one of those. I mean, I knew what I was getting when I went in. But it literally was like someone just boiled spaghetti and opened up a jar of spaghetti sauce. I mean, it's spaghetti. I mean, it's not like that they had to like slave over something. I'm sure that they probably make it from scratch, maybe, but it doesn't taste any different than stuff you can buy at the store. But yeah, 15 bucks a plate for a place like that. No. No more. I mean, that's why I go out to eat. I want to go out to a place where I can't make it at home. But spaghetti, like, you got 10 minutes, you can make spaghetti. So, let's not meet... I gotta write these down. Hang on. Hang on. Let's not meet. Fat Logic. And what was the other one? You said something earlier. What was it? The incel. How come I can't see this? Counters. Oh, incel tier. That's what it is. All right. Oh, phone. Well, hey, I mean, I'm just saying 10 minutes for spaghetti, like at the same quality that you would get at the pizza factory or the spaghetti factory. Like, oh, sorry for making you hungry. But yeah, 10 minutes for spaghetti. That won't be very good spaghetti. It's got to be a nice sauce to go with it. Maybe carbonara or tomato or chili prawns. And now I've made myself hungry. Well, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Well, I'm just saying, at the same quality that I got at the spaghetti factory, it was literally like boiling noodles and opening up a jar, and that's 10 minutes. I mean, and most of that time is just cooking the noodles. But no, I've never really sat down and made some good spaghetti because the store-bought stuff is good enough. I'm never really that big of a cook. Bridget says, "Same. My daughter is making pork chops." Well, hey, you got something, someone working for you. Food always tastes better when you don't have to cook it. But the question is, who's doing the dishes, Bridget? Like, if you got her cooking and doing the dishes, like, you got a maid. So I had to go and buy some work boots for the job tomorrow. They said that they would reimburse me $100 in my next paycheck, so that's good. My brother insisted that I spent more money and got myself some Timberlands, which I wasn't too excited about, but apparently my shoe size, I'm a 12-inch shoe, or size 12 shoe. But apparently I've got a wide foot, and they had to special order it, which won't be here by Monday, obviously. So I had to buy some on Amazon, and it was kind of shocking about how fast I'm able to get something on Amazon. Like, this was Thursday night around 6 o'clock local time, 6 p.m. And I'm with my brother and his wife, and we're shoe shopping, trying to go and find me some shoes. But, I mean, because I have a wide foot, they're not going to be able to order it in time. So they try Amazon, and I'm like, I'm not going to get it within 2 days. It's way late in the day. It's 6 p.m. I won't get it until Monday. And they're like, no, it says you should get it Saturday. I'm like, okay. So they order it for me, and lo and behold, it comes Saturday. Which is surprising. I'm still surprised that I'm able to get a weird size shoe basically in a day and a half sent to me from a magical place called the internet. But the shoe fits, it works, so it's good, but still kind of surprised about how fast Amazon is. Angel said I already made and ate dinner. Oh. Bridget says, oh, she does the dishes and it's awesome. Wow. Yeah, maybe I gotta get myself some kids. Free slave labor. My brother keeps on asking me, like, when am I going to get married and have kids? And yeah, I'm 34. No kids that I know of. But no, seriously, no kids. Never been married. I've come close a couple of times, but obviously that didn't work out. I've been with my girlfriend for a year and a half now, but I can't see myself bringing kids into the world when, like, well, for one thing, I didn't, even when I had a steady job, it was like, I don't know if I could ever afford to have kids, what I'm doing right now, but eventually maybe. Now I'm just rambling. But, I mean, if having kids means, like, free pork chops and dishes, like, sign me up. So I'm gonna try to keep the stream under an hour, because, well, mainly, like, at least the last time I had Fireside Chat, I had a couple of stories to bring. Today I didn't really have too much other than the whole magnetic wristbands and anklets. Excuse me. I almost sent out another tweet saying, I'm not going to do the live stream today, just because it was like an hour before the stream started. And I'm like, ah, crap. What am I going to say? Oh, I know. I could talk about magnetic bands. Sure. Never to Leave says, there's so much work to put in before they can do that. Oh, that's true. I gotta, like, clothe them and stuff. Like, who needs to do that? What? You're hungry? Go forage. Yeah, so free pork chops and dishes done is probably not the best payoff for $60,000, $70,000 worth of money that you pump into them before they do that. So, yeah, that's an inefficient way to get a dishwasher. So, that's a fair point. Angel says, do you watch E3? No. No, not really. I like hearing about the news after all that's said and done, you know, like when they announce different games and stuff. I hear that they're remaking Destroy All Humans. I didn't play it when it was first on the Xbox, but I've heard that it's a pretty good game, so that seems pretty exciting. I might check it out when it comes back to the Xbox. I haven't heard about any other well, I know that there are rumors, but I haven't heard definitively of any other games. Oh, no, wait, that Star Wars game. That Star Wars game looks pretty good. Like when Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, and the whole microtransaction stuff. Like, I own it and I play it. I still play it on occasion. They've really fixed that game to where it's not a pay-to-win model, but it's still got a pretty good single-player game, and I know that's what a lot of people were complaining about from the first Battlefront, is that it didn't have a single player. They added the single player, and then no one ever talked about it. It was actually pretty decent. So going from a single-player game, single-player first-person shooter, to this, what it looks like is a third-person action-adventure, kind of like Batman Arkham Asylum type of stuff. It looks pretty promising. I'm probably gonna get it. I have a friend that's looking forward to Borderlands 4. I'm probably gonna get that one as well. But as far as watching E3 and watching all that live stuff, nah, I don't do that. I just wait until the aftermath and just watch the videos afterwards. There's a really good gaming channel here in the States. Oh, what's it called? Oh, I'm gonna have to look at my phone. Excuse me. It's so good, I can't remember the name of the channel. Oh, Game Ranks. That's I'll put it in the chat. But this channel, I've watched them grow from a smaller channel to, it looks like they've got 5 million subscribers now, and they're pretty good at what they do. They have a lot of commentary on new games. Like, they have videos out every day. A lot of like history videos about like how things happened or why things are in video games. But I'll probably watch their summary on the whole event tomorrow or whenever they come out with another one. Angel says, I don't play a lot of games, so that might not so that might be why for me it still doesn't make sense in how you have microtransactions in a proper game you pay good money for. Well, honestly, the way I look at it is, oh wait, and Angel says, I think of microtransactions only being for free mobile sale games. I have my own opinion on microtransactions. In free games, like, that's how they get their money. Free games, that's how they get their money. I have no problems with microtransactions in free games. Even if it's a free pay-to-win model, you know going in that it's a free game and people pay money to get better and win. So you go into it not spending any money on it, knowing that it's a pay-to-win model. So free games have absolutely no problem with microtransactions. In paid games that you also have microtransactions in, I don't have a problem if it's for cosmetics, like different skins on characters. That I'm okay with. It's when you pay money for buffs and stuff, that's when it's no bueno. So like the Star Wars game, like I mentioned earlier, if they kept it at $60 and then you could pay to get cosmetic stuff, then I don't think anyone would have complained about that, because that's pretty much every other game on the market. No, cosmetics are one thing, but it's when you pay to get access to different characters and different stats for those characters, that's when it's too far. Video games have been at about a $60 price point, gosh, ever since PlayStation 1, those games, they've been $60, but the amount of money that go into, especially AAA titles, that they have to pump in order to make a quality AAA game, that $60 doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So I understand why they have microtransactions in games. I'm not giving them an excuse to why. I'm just saying I understand why that they don't have that. Is because like Grand Theft Auto 5, they probably spent like $200 million making that game. So that $60, like, oh, I'm poorly explaining this. Like PlayStation 1 games, the most expensive game on the PlayStation 1 up to a point was like Final Fantasy 7, and they spent like $20 million or something like that making it. I should probably not spout out numbers that I'm not certain on. But you understand what I'm saying is that they make more money. They made more money back then as they do now for games, but they don't want to be the company that charges someone $80 for the game now, because then no one will buy it. But they will buy $60 and maybe a few different microtransactions in order to get to the money where they need to be. So anyway, that's my point of view about why companies are now pushing for the microtransactions. They're making money off of it for the most part, but it's that they're not making as much money as they used to back in the day when they only had to spend a couple $1 million making a game as opposed to like $100 million. Never Leave says, like the Kindle and such, I'm not going to pay money so I can pay... Wait, I'm not going to pay money so I can pay money. Oh, like the whole $60 game that you buy extra stuff with. I'm okay with people spending money on games they've already spent money on. It's just when the more money you spend in that, the better you're at in the game. That's where I draw the line. Cosmetics and skins, whatever. Who cares? But I don't want someone with a fat wallet being able to be better than me. Even though like if I spend 100 hours playing a game, I don't want a new guy coming in that's only played for 10 hours that just paid $1,000 just so that they could be as good as me. That I'm not okay with. And I think for the most part, a lot of other gamers feel the same way. That there are some games where the money that you spend goes into extra updates and stuff for the game that you're continuously playing. Because nowadays, a lot of games are like live service type of games where you don't just have one final product and it's out and it's done and you play it and then you're done with it. A lot of now are like you play it and then there's an update with new stuff and then there's an update with new stuff and then there's an update with new stuff. But if they've already got your $60, it's hard for them to stretch that $60 over time without charging people for different transactions to kind of keep the ball going. I do agree that a lot of companies overdo the microtransactions, but I think of them as a necessary evil as long as it doesn't change gameplay. Sorry, I am talking like I'm a video game expert. I still haven't beaten Mario 1. I do have a story about... Here I go. I wanted to keep the video around 60 minutes, but I got a story about Mario 1. So... I got a NES, regular old-ass Nintendo system, for Christmas of like 1986, 87. I was like 3 years old when I got it. Or 4 years old. Whatever. Up until then, I was playing Atari, which is still fun. There's still plenty of fun games for Atari, but whatever. So I got the NES. I was probably 5 at the time. Whatever. Got Mario Brothers and a couple of other games. I would always get pretty far in Mario, but never to the point where I'm like fighting the last Bowser or King Koopa, as he was known back then. But one day, my mom played it. My mom used to play video games. Not a lot, but she would pick them up, like Duck Hunt, whatever. One day, she was on World 8-3 or whatever it is, the last boss, and she was on her last life. She was going to get to Bowser, there's like a pit that you have to jump before you get to the last Bowser. And I'm like, hey mom, let me jump the pit. Let me jump the pit for you. She's like, no. Don't do that. I'm like, mom, let me jump the pit. I can do it. Let me jump the pit. She's like, no, mom, let me jump the pit. Like, oh, okay. She hands the controller to me. I run, jump, and fall into the lava. That was her last life. I was grounded from the Nintendo after that. Grounded for about a week. I don't think she picked up a controller again. She was so mad. Because it took her a long time to get to that point, too. And then for me to basically ruin her run. Yeah. My grandma used to play Duck Hunt. My grandma was like this 70-something, 75-year-old woman at the time. Playing Duck Hunt. And she was really good. She got, like, pretty high up there. I know she got, like, a lot further than I ever did on Duck Hunt. But she thought it was a blast. Let's see. Angel said, I don't do online gaming for my main gripe. Wait. So my main gripe is when you pay $60 for a game and have to pay an extra $10 to unlock a character or whatever. Like, what the fuck? I was buying a game under the impression I was buying the full game and not part of it. Yeah. There's some games that have, like, day one downloadable content, which is bullshit. Day one DLC is not good. Especially, there are some games where, like, you install the game, and you finally say, okay, fine, I'll pay for that downloadable content, and the download takes just like a second. You download like a 300 kilobyte file, and you're like, wait, I thought I just bought the content. And then you go and it's like, I do have that content. What happened? And you realize that the downloadable content for day one was actually on the disc that you purchased. You actually just unlocked that part of that disc. So you bought the full disc, but you uploaded, well, downloaded to your console the full game, and it had that downloadable content on it. But you had to pay an extra $10 just to unlock that extra part of that disc. Oh, yeah, never to leave. Yeah, you gotta go. Bye. I hope you upload this Fire Chat. Yeah, they're all set to upload as soon as I'm done streaming. It takes, I don't know, about 45 minutes or so for YouTube to process it, but it will be uploaded later. But thanks for coming in. I think the day one DLC, I think Street Fighter 4 had that for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. It was like that, where there were some characters or something like that that were already on the disc, and you just had to pay extra money to unlock the extra stuff that's on that disc. Which is some bullshit, but I think a lot of game companies have had backlash from day one downloadable content, so they tend to not do that anymore. But if a $60 game that you purchased has an extra $10 to unlock different skins or outfits for the character, that I'm okay with. I don't care. But just like what you said, if you have to pay $10 for an extra character or whatever, I don't like that unless it's months down the line. Like, for example, I play Diablo. I used to play Diablo a lot. And the game was out for a year, and then they came out with a new character, a new Necromancer character. I'm okay with paying extra for that character just because they didn't have that character originally when the game came out. They were working on it and adding a new character later on. So it's not required that you spend the extra money, but they worked on it and added a little bit of extra life to the game for an extra $10. I was okay with that. But, like from day one, like a month later, paying more money, I don't like that. It's if they try to extend the life of the game further by adding new content that you can pay for. I'm okay with that. Oh. So, Any other questions or anything? Because if not, I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail. Probably leave this stream going here for another couple minutes, just in case someone else pops in, wants to say hi or anything. I think I might rename the title to this Fireside Chat, Magnets and Video Game DLC. Sure, I will rename that. Just so that people know what they're getting themselves into when they come into the Fireside Chats. Healing magnets and video game, not DLC, what is it? Video game microtransactions. Boom. Angel says, I mostly play Sims for a bit of hypocrite talking about paying extra for content. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you can see your own bullshit, then that's fine. If you can just say, you know what, I hate this one thing, but I kind of still do it. You know, it's okay. You can, as long as you accept it, you know that you're a little bit of a hypocrite, so you can just accept it and move on. Yeah, The Sims have like 1,000 add-ons, right? They even have add-ons that come out that won't work unless you have another add-on. So that's even worse. Like, I think they have like a pets one that won't work if you don't have another separate other... I don't know how it works, but I know that there's another YouTuber that I watch. It's LGR. That's the name of the channel, LGR. Lazy Game Reviews. That he comes out with various different like old school computer stuff, but then he also does reviews on Sims and the different Sims expansions, and he talks about all the like stuff you download that doesn't really have much content, and then he get all the different expansion packs for the Sims. When I hear about all that, I'm like, nah, you'll never get me to play the Sims. It looks really fun, but I know I'm gonna have to buy all that DLC if I really want the full experience. So I'm like, nah, no, don't worry about it. I played the first Sims, and I think back when I had a Macintosh or an old Apple computer, I had the Sims and I had like the first expansion pack for it, and I liked it. I liked the Sims, but yeah, all those expansion packs, and they're not cheap either. They're like 10 to 15 bucks per expansion. Angel says that was one time that you played a game that you thought was okay for an expansion for one game. Whatever. I think you also have to look at context. Like if it's a game that you play a lot of, and every 4 months you spend another $10 for it, then that's like $10 every 4 months. That's stretching your dollar amount pretty far. But if it's like every couple weeks you gotta spend another 10-20 bucks, like there are a lot of cell phone games that are like that, but you know, free cell phone games as opposed to a game that you spend $60 on and then you buy however many expansion packs for. Although the Sims, you could probably buy the original Sims for like, or Sims 2 for like $20 or something. You don't have to buy all those expansions. Angel says, yeah, they have a lot of DLCs, but I do justify it because the base game still has what you need. Then the other stuff is just extra stuff just extra stuff, some of which you might want and some you might not. It's true. Yeah, I like they have some like horror expansion pack where like no, maybe well, like a spooky expansion pack. I forget. I don't know. Holidays is another one, I think. That looks pretty interesting. But then there's some where you get like pets. Yeah. I could probably do without that one. I just watched videos of people that want to kill off their characters, so they like make a pool, and then they have them go swimming, and then they remove the staircase away from the pool, so they just end up drowning. Like, you can do some pretty sadistic stuff with Sims. Angel says, yeah, the DLCs are between 10 and 40 pounds. Not sure about the conversion rates. Well, I mean, the pound is stronger than the dollar still, right? I know the whole Brexit thing, I'm sure it did something to the economy, but now I'm going to have to look this up. $2 to pound conversion. Yeah, so $1 is 79 pence, I guess. So yeah, still the pound is still stronger than the dollar. Angel says it basically allows you to customize your game. So, for example, I don't care about vampires, so I didn't get that one. What? You don't care about Draclias and spooks? And yes, that is the correct way to say Draclia. Never mind. It's an inside joke that I'm not gonna... Never mind. But I'm sure there are a ton of people that get every expansion pack for it. But like by the time they're done with all the expansion packs, they spend like $300 on the game. But if that's the only game that they play, and that $300 lasts them for three years, I suppose that's... I mean, that's, I guess, worth the time, right? Or, like, I used to buy a new game like every other paycheck, so like $60 a month. $600 or $720 a year for video games. Actually saving money by doing that, I guess. So, here's something that I've had in the back of my mind for a little bit. So, it's the whole Fireside Chat thing. I wanted to have some sort of a background, and I thought, you know, chatting right next to an open fire with some soft music playing in the background, kind of low tempo, be kind of nice. But then I got thinking, it's gonna be summer here in the next little bit. Do people really chat by a fire in summer? Should I change that and be like a fireside chat in winter, so you have like a nice roaring fire to like warm yourself up listening to the videos? Or should I keep it the way it is? Like, I was thinking like in summertime I could have, I don't know, like waves on a beach, or like some rainfall in the forest. It doesn't seem like that having a fire going in summer works. And if I, of course, didn't think about this until I was like video 2 into the Fireside Chats and being like, that doesn't really make any sense, does it? What do you guys think? Should I keep the flames going, or should I mix it up? Bill says could do a beach for summer. That's what I was thinking, and change it up for the seasons depending on the weather, like rainfall or beach. Because like in a month from now, when it's July, you're not going to be wanting to watch a fire crack all the time. Bill's moving away from the beach next month, so it'll be nice. Bridget says campfire. Campfire could work too. Outdoor fire, indoor fire. How about a fire on the beach? Done. Now to find a video that loops where it has a fire on the beach. I'm sure I could find something like that on YouTube. But yeah, I was thinking that like summertime, not really going to have a roaring fire in a fireplace, are you? I think I'll change it up. I don't know what I'm going to do, but all it's Fireside Chat seems self-explanatory. What would the other be? Like beach front chat? I don't know. Although an Angel says, although the fire is easy on the eyes since it's nice at nighttime here. Yeah, I like the having it be low key like this, kind of dim. So if I do have a beach, go with a beachfront or rain or something like that. It's not going to be a bright video. Got to find the right video before I pop anything in, because I still want to have that kind of a feel to these for these chats anyway. Well, I think I'm gonna bail. I'm already 20 minutes past kind of where I wanted to go. I want to try to keep doing these fireside chats or whatever I decide to call them in the future, to about an hour or so. I haven't made one in it's been about a week and a half since I made the last one. I want to try to keep it about once a week, so I'll be... I don't know. I don't want to turn into one of these YouTubers that say, like, hey man, sorry, it's been a while since updating, because that's a cliche. I just haven't really had much to talk about. Nothing much has changed with the channel, except for now, where I'm like, hey, I want to try to do more topics, and I wanted to kind of get your guys' input about that. Angel says, we've had a couple bonfires on the beach during my time here at uni. I've always wanted to have a campfire on a beach. Although I've done that before, but it's a beach on a lake, which I guess is the same concept. Yeah, I'll be watching a couple of the other videos, and I'll change this up to have something else, probably fire related. But yeah, just having this campfire, maybe in winter when it gets colder, I'll have this back up, but yeah, it doesn't really make much sense for summer. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Angel, Bridget, Never to Leave, and Ahmed the Redditor, or Eldad is his other name, I guess. Thanks for coming into the chat. Thank you for coming in. If you guys don't leave any comments or anything like that, I do appreciate you guys still watching videos. Oh, Bridget said, as a side note, my daughter's pork chops are pretty good tonight. Well, good for you. I'm sitting here. What do I got? I got some bread. Been chowing down on some bread. But I'm glad you're able to have something tasty tonight, Bridget. Anyway, again, thanks for joining me. If you like these fireside chats, leave a comment. I do read the comments if you have anything to say. Otherwise, if you want to catch these videos live, I do post times when I'm going to be doing these live on my Twitter. It's on my main page. I've got a Twitter logo there. If not, it's at KyotoKombat. And you can follow me there. And if you want to catch me during one of these live visits or live streams, you should get notified there. Anyway, thanks for coming, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, later, kids. Good night, Angel. See ya, Bridget.